Hi, welcome to the Single Parent Show, brought to you by Christ Our Shepherd Ministries. I'm La Petite Dece, and I'm your host for this segment of the show. The concept of the Single Parent Show is to bring fresh perspectives and real solutions for today's single parents. Moms, have you contemplated a career change? Maybe leaving your career job and becoming a stay-home mom. What about a home-based business that would afford you an enormous amount of flexibility so you can invest in your family more? We have an extraordinary lady. Her name is Maribel Willis, and she's here to share her story. The topic of our show is my journey in being a single parent, and please help me in welcoming Maribel Willis to the show. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Maribel, tell us a little bit about your story and becoming a single parent, what that was like, and the transitions that you made in your life and that has brought you to this point.
Well, I became a single parent back in April of 2003. I was newly separated. At the time, I was not a believer, and my husband at that time decided to leave the family, which is myself and my two young boys who were in elementary school age. I grappled a lot with the fact that I felt like a failure as a mom, a parent, and so fortunately for me, I had wonderful support system, family, friends. Fortunately, I had friends here to lean upon through church. And I really leaned upon a lot of my family and church members because I was not strong. And I did seek counseling right away at the church. Yes. I knew that the most important thing at the time was to be strong, mentally strong for my boys, because their dad was not real present in their life. And so I knew that I needed that to help them, but also help myself, because I was in the loss of grieving process, but also a mom feels a failure when her marriage ends in divorce. Yes. Or going down that road. And so that was the best decision I made. But also at that time, the Lord brought my oldest son and myself to become believers. We baptized together at our church, and God's just blessed us. Not that it was easy, but He walked us through our trials. I had to return to corporate America and start a new career. My previous employment was retail sales, so that was not conducive to raising kids and having more of a set hours versus work week, nights, and holidays. It was not conducive to their school schedule. And so it was a valuable time learning some new skills. And then later I was offered a job with a local attorney, and he provided a lot of skills for myself, which was so invaluable. But at that time frame, being a single parent for 5 years, helped me to grow, helped me to identify who I was. A lot of times, I'm a young mom, and I married young, but blessed with 2 healthy boys. A lot of times we lose our identity being a mom and putting our family first. And so during the 5 years that I was a single parent, it helped me to build my skills, go through the trials with the Lord, but also work on me, which was good. Yes, yes. I needed that recovery, that loss, of grief, but also to propel me to where I am today. And I am a better mom for that, but also that I leaned and asked for support and help, whether that was financial at the time or prayers or just fellowship.
Good for you.
And during that time also I had a business on the side, a Mary Kay business, and that helped me be with other women, engaging positive surroundings, which is important as a single mom. Yes. And they helped me so much. And so I want to be able to give back, empowering those women, giving them an opportunity if that's something for them. A home-based business is wonderful if that should fit in your line of work, but more importantly, the journey as a single parent for 5 years has made me a stronger person and also
sure.
closer to the Lord. And my boys have been blessed through it. Not that it's going to be easier, but just know that the Lord's there and there's hope, and there's so many other women who can help you. And I know parts of me being a single parent, there was some issue of pride, so don't let pride get to the better of your behalf. And people do want to help, and it is normal.
Very normal.
So do seek help. People do want to help, and so if you let them know, you know, God will provide those opportunities as well.
Well, you shared some very valuable information. You stated that you did get counseling and that you felt like a failure, because oftentimes women feel like the marriage came apart. And when you have kids, I mean, you feel like, you know, there's something more that maybe you could have done. And I'm sure that there's a mom watching, and right now you may be going through a divorce. So some of those thoughts and those emotions that you are encountering, they're very, very normal. And seeking counseling. You know, a lot of times people think, oh, I don't want to share my personal business and things that I'm going through. But that's very honest, and you need that support. You need that support, that outlet to be able to discuss what that inner turbulence is like. Yes. Tell me, having a home-based business, you said the benefits were being able to have a sisterhood, being able to have, you know, additional conversation, adult dialogue with other women. And what about flexibility? I'm sure that plays a key role, being able to set your own hours and your schedule. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, my Mary Kay business has been so invaluable to me because I've learned lifelong skills, but more importantly, if you are a mom, single mom that's married, it gives you that unparalleled business where the flexibility of the hours is nice, because you just set your own hours.
Great.
A lot of our women are working outside the home full-time and build a part-time business. But you know what you can work when you can't work, and Mary Kay just gives you that flexibility or just the extra income. And I joined just for the positive interaction and to earn extra money. And as a single mom, you always need that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This is true. This is true. And that's great because you are coming from a real place. I mean, having worked in corporate America, you mentioned that you shared with me that previously that you worked as a bank teller. Yes. And I mean, those are structured hours in comparisons to retail. So being able to find a job that's suitable, you know, for your schedule so you can be there with the kids, but that flexibility, a home-based business, you know, really being able to set your own schedule, you know, and pretty much deciding what you'd like to earn, I'm sure.
Yes, it's great. And we have a lot of single moms in Mary Kay that have defied the odds and overcome the obstacles. So that's encouraging, and there is hope in that. And I know I didn't have background in my previous banking experience or working in the law field, but always asking, who do you know, who is in what field that you want to venture out, and I find that that seems to be a tool that we need to utilize a whole lot more, and just letting people know you're looking for employment, and would they be able to refer you or to a person or a contact. And I know that that seemed to work for me, and I'm sure that could work for others as well.
Yes, yes, good for you, and thank you for being honest. Now tell me, what is it like being a stay-home mom? You know, you hear so many conflicting stories. Some moms are desiring to be at home, where others are, you know, ready to get out of the house and have that freedom, you know, going back into the workplace. What is that like for you?
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom for 8 years before my separation and divorce, and my husband at the time, we decided I would stay home, and that was great, and it was a blessing. But then when I had to go back into corporate America after 8 years, it was a transition, and it was tough, but God gave me the strength. Yes, there's times I didn't think I could make it, but just as I left corporate, you know, last year, I felt that I needed to be home. The Lord was calling me home. I needed to raise my boys because I know I was so tired by the end of the day. I couldn't give them anymore because I was just spent. Yes. And so I felt like I was in a position where I can leave corporate, and I am grateful for that experience. But two, I felt that I needed to be at home to raise my boys, and I know as they get older, especially I have an older boy who is a teenager, and that's a very turbulent time. It can be. Yes. And so being available has blessed me with being with my family, but more importantly,